Hi, testing, testing. That's all working okay.
Oh, good, thanks.
I think so. Yeah. I think you hear me. Oh, Gary, your mic is on.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Good morning. In accordance with Sections 45 and 53 of the Planning Act 1990 as amended, this meeting of the Committee of Adjustment of the City of Toronto is called to order. The Committee of Adjustment considered applications for variances from the provisions of the zoning that apply to property, permission to extend or alter lawful non-conforming uses, and consent to survey property to create new lots. My name is Yim Chan. I will chair today's meeting, and I would like to also, yes? Something you want to say to me? No, go ahead. Oh, okay. All right, I continue then. I would like to also, you cannot hear? No. Oh. This, can you hear me now? Yes. Okay, I speak closer to the mic then. Okay, let me introduce myself, Yim Chan. I will be here holding the hearing today, and I'd like to also introduce the panel members today. It's from my right, on my right is Mr. Gary McCain and Mr. Peter Reed, and on my left is Mr. Philip Goss, and our secretary, Deputy Secretary Treasurer is Nicole Imnot today, and the rest are the supporting staff. And I also would like to acknowledge that the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anasazi, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississauga of the Credit. Committee of Adjustment public hearings are now conducted in hybrid, in-person and virtual format. Some applicants and participants will make their submissions in person, and others will participate virtually by electronic means through WebEx. The meetings are also streamed on the Toronto City Planning YouTube channel, and anyone wishing to view the hearing may watch on YouTube. Those who want to participate virtually and have registered in advance will be connected with the computer, tablet, smartphone, or telephone, and have the options of participating via video or audio only. All virtual participants will automatically be muted on entry. When your item is called, you will be unmuted by the moderator, one person at a time. We ask that you also mute your devices until you're called to speak. And those participating by video appearance will be temporarily upgraded to panelist status when your item is being called. During this time, your camera will be enabled, and you will only be visible during your 5-minute speaking time. All other times, your video will be disabled, and you will be reinstated as attendee. For both in-person and virtual participants, committee adjustment staff will share presentations submitted in accordance with the written submission deadline. Those participating through WebEx are not allowed to use the share screen or any other panelist control during a video appearance. The host will remove you from the panelist role if you fail to respect this instruction. How to receive a copy of the committee's decision. People attending in person today who want to receive a copy of the decision of the committee will fill out a decision request card, and those participating virtually need to submit a written request for decision by email. Please ensure that you include your name, address, and email address, because the Committee of Adjustment and the Toronto Local Appeal Board TLABs will be sending notifications and appeal updates by email. If you do not agree with the decision of the committee, you might be able to appeal the decision to the Toronto Local Appeal Body, or in some limited circumstances, to the Ontario Tribunal. However, the provincial government amended the Planning Act and generally removed rights of third parties to appeal committee adjustment decisions. Only the applicant, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, specified persons and public bodies, as those terms are defined in the Planning Act, are permitted to appeal decisions of the committee adjustment. The appeal as instructions are set out at the bottom of the decision of the committee. And here, the following is the procedure of the hearing. And I will call each item in the order listed on the agenda. When an application is not contested, the agent or applicant may proceed with the presentation if desired. When the committee does not require presentation, applicants are to advise the chair should they wish to speak to the committee. The committee may ask questions or take the matter into committee for decision. And each speaker, including the applicant or agent, will be given a maximum of 5 minutes to address the committee. And I will comment when you are reaching your 5 minutes. Any presentation of materials you wish to submit to the committee must have email in advance. Committee and staff and committee member cannot accept material at the hearing. When addressing the committee, please clearly state your name and address, and please remember to confine your remark to the matters outlined in the application. The applicant or agent will proceed first, and then will make a presentation to the committee on the application. And please note, the committee may not entertain revisions to proposals at the hearing today. The committee may decide to defer the application if substantially revised, to make sure the revised application is accurate and all those entitled to notice of the application are informed of the changes. Then individuals, either in support or opposed to the application, will be invited to speak. Generally, we will call the people in the hearing room here, and then those participating through WebEx. Committee member may members might ask questions of each speaker after they have finished their presentation. When all the speakers are finished, the applicant or the agent has an opportunity to rebut only those issues that were raised by the speaker. This will mark the end of the discussion, and the application will then be taken into committee for decision. And for this now, I'd like to know whether there's any declaration of conflict of interest in all the items this morning. No? Okay. And is there any minutes that we have to adopt for the previous meetings, please?
Through you, Madam Chair, there are the minutes from the October 15th hearing are ready for adoption today.
Yes. So do I have a motion to adopt?
I'll move to adopt.
Yeah. And the second, Mr. McKay, and all in favor? All in favor is adopted. And also, I would like to know whether at this point, any deferral requests for this morning's session?
Through you, Madam Chair, there is a deferral request for this morning's session, but before I get to the deferrals and/or withdrawn files, I do have a message. Recent regulatory changes under the Planning Act to modernize public notice requirements enable municipalities to provide alternative notice of public hearings for minor variance and consent applications. Many municipalities in the Greater Toronto Area and beyond has chosen to provide alternative forms of notice as an interim measure during the Canada Post labor disruption. The city has gone beyond what the regulations require. Some of the measures staff have completed include posting on the City of Toronto website, posting links to the agendas and application information on our web pages, posting on City Planning's social media channels, posting public hearing signs on the subject sites, and publishing the agenda list in the Toronto Star newspaper. So all of these measures were taken for this hearing today.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. So
Thank you.
through you, Madam Chair, there are no files to be closed or withdrawn for this morning's session,
Okay.
but there is a deferral request this morning, and that is for item number 1.
Yes.
Municipal address of 66 Silverthorn Avenue, file number A0487/25TEY. And we do have the agent, and there is also one registered speaker in interest.
Oh, okay. So, okay, thank you. So let me proceed with the purpose of this application is to alter the existing two-story semi-detached dwelling by replacing the front yard parking space with an exterior stair, which will lead to all levels and the rooftop. And we have received survey floor plans and site plans and elevation and revised site plan, floor plan elevations, and also 10 photographs of the property and cover letter from the agent and decisions, previous decision, and also order to comply of the property. Some email correspondence between the agent and urban forestry, and also the transportation services. And with deferral requests from the agent, and also we have received comments from transportation regarding parking and administration. Yes, we are ready for the agent, please. Yeah.
Nice to see you all. Added to this Committee of Adjustment hearing, we want to revise the drawing for the staircase that happened to be a new minor variance. So we wanted to postpone this hearing to get the notice from the zoning commissioner because this new staircase also remove that parking space and add that the distance from the lot line would be 0 meter. So we believe that it's a minor variance and should be addressed in the Committee of Adjustment. We want to defer this.
Yeah, you just need more time to prepare for the revisions, right? Yeah.
Sorry?
You just need to have more time to do all these revisions.
Yes, please. Yes.
Through the chair to the agent, please state your name and address for the record.
Yeah.
My name is Ali Reza Zahedi, and the address is Unit 296, 7250 Keele Street, Vaughan, Ontario, L4K 1Z8.
Okay, thank you.
Smart Group.
Yeah. So there's one person who will also like to speak. We will ask him whether they're in favor, she or her, or is in favor. Yeah.
Noel,
My name
you've
is
been
Noel.
unmuted.
Hi there. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You
Perfect.
have heard
Thank
the agent for this application.
Right.
Yeah. So are you in favor of the deferral, or?
I'm not necessarily in favor or against it. I'm just here to provide additional context from a perspective. So I've been informed that I can do that. So I'm just hoping to move forward and speak solely on my behalf today. Is that allowed?
No, at the moment, because he's requesting a deferral, so if it's granted, if it's a good reason for the deferral, we will not hear it. So maybe then you can,
Okay, I will just say that I am in opposition to this, and whether or not the committee chooses to hear my remarks today, then they can decide whether to do that now, or if we want to wait till it goes back to the COA on the deferral, then that's fine.
Yes, okay, so let's.
And through the chair to the speaker, please state your name and address for the record.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Continue speaking. Okay. Is that,
Noel, you've been unmuted.
right, so do you want me to go through the
No,
opposition
we just
reasons?
would like to
Okay.
have your name and address for
Okay.
our records first.
There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You have it. Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry, we didn't hear it. We didn't get it.
No, you didn't get my name and address.
No, can you say that now, please?
Yep, it is Noel Munaredo,
Address,
Any-
please.
104 Rockwell.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. So let's have the agent back, and
Yes.
I guess she's neutral about whether she opposes or so. But from what we hear, you need this more time to do the revision. So we are now in committee to make that decision whether we grant the deferral. Okay. Mr. Yeah,
I'll just go ahead and
Yeah.
move for the deferral. I'll note for the individual, Noel, that was just speaking and wants to make some comments that you should come back to the next hearing, because when this is heard again, it might be different panel members. And so that's why it makes sense for you to give your comments then rather than today. But it makes sense for it to defer. In fact, I don't see that we really have a choice if they're going to add additional variances.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, I move to defer.
Yes, yes. Second, Mr. McKay, second. All in favor for the deferral? It's unanimously deferred. Thank you. The next item is item 2 is 976 College Street. This is to construct a new 6-story apartment building with a rooftop terrace. A portion of it will be covered on the 6th level and a mechanical penthouse. There will be a total of 19 affordable units and an office space for on-staff to support tenants. No vehicle parking space will be provided on site, and is now going through a site plan control application. We received a copy of the survey, site plan, floor plans, and elevations, and 3 photographs of the property, and a cover letter from the agent, and 3 protection plans from the agent. And also received a copy of the site-specific zoning bylaw. And we received email corresponding from between transportation and also from community planning, a staff report from community planning, and also council letter, and also support letters from 130 Rush Home, and also some Michael Hoffman, but no address is provided. And we also receive a letter of concern from 230 Washholm Road, and opposition. We received quite a few number of opposition from College Street, 954 and 477 Dufferin Court, and 974 College, 968, 952A from College Street, and also Son Tavares, no address provided, and no address from Dennis Perez, and also 12 residents of 130 Washholm Road, and 17 letters in opposition signed by 153, 190, 194, 198, 202, 225 Washholm, and also from number 6 Washholm Park Crescent, and 4 other on Hofcourt Street. And then so there's some will provide no addresses.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent online and a number of speakers, both online and in person, and we will start with the ones in person.
Okay, please. Let's the agent first there.
Graham, you've been unmuted.
Morning. Thank you, Chair and committee members. My name is Graham Asquith. I'm the Manager of Development here at Assembly Corp. We're located at 123 Front Street West.
Okay. Yeah, you have a few oppositions here, and maybe you can give us a presentation for 5 minutes maximum. You can start now. Oh, do you have something you want to bring up first before we start the clock? Yeah.
No, thank you, Madam Chair. Happy to present now.
Okay. Yeah, we're ready. Yeah.
The proposed development will facilitate the creation of a new 6-story infill apartment building consisting of 19 private affordable apartment units for adults with developmental disabilities who can live independently, replacing the currently vacant 3.5-story building on the lot. This development will help add gentle density to the city while respecting the existing urban fabric, and ultimately will deliver desperately needed housing to an underserved population within our community, helping empower future residents to have a greater degree of autonomy and independence within their lives, while also ensuring tailored services and supports are available to guarantee future residents are able to thrive within their new homes. The variance requested to facilitate the proposed development largely pertain to building massing, the need for each of which has been driven by the site's constrained nature due to limited site size and dimensions. Should the building have been designed to meet as-of-right zoning, a significant reduction in affordable units would have occurred. As such, we've worked closely with our client to bring forward a thoughtful and high-quality design that meets the intent of the prevailing policy, respecting the existing neighborhood character, and is able to provide a meaningful number of units. In consultation with city planning staff, it was deemed appropriate to address these variances through the Committee of Adjustment, and as noted in the planning staff report submitted to Council, the requested variances are each minor in nature, appropriate for the site context, and meet the general intent of the prevailing zoning bylaws and official plan. As a long-standing organization within the community, our client has taken great care to ensure the community is well-informed and has access to information regarding the proposed development. Working closely with Councillor Bravo, our client hosted a community consultation in June with notices being hand-delivered and posted in local newsletters. Our client has also created a project webpage, which will be updated throughout the project's life cycle as our client remains committed to the community's engagement. While it does not directly pertain to the requested variances in front of us today, as a number of community members have expressed concerns regarding the building's use, I would like to briefly clarify that the proposed development is not a rooming house, group home, or residential care facility, and will operate as a mixed-use apartment building similar to those in the surrounding context and as permitted under the prevailing zoning bylaw. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. I think we will hold our question to you, and then we will listen to the oppositions now, and we'll bring you back later. Yeah. So we have someone in the room, right? Yeah.
Yes, can the first person for address 788 College Street come up to the podium? Oh, actually, sorry. The address for 974 College Street, please come up. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Diane Revo, and I own 952 College Street, as well as 960 College Street, and as well as 948 College Street. These units are directly on the same north side as this property, and I am definitely opposed to this going up. I know you want to make a building with respect to putting in 19 individual people into this unit with disabilities of what sort? You guys promised us years ago on 321 Dover Court Road that you would be putting in people that required low-income housing that would be starting off a new life. And you promised us also, and that when we fought that, you also promised the fact that you would put in people that were not threatening to our neighborhood. Our neighborhood, I have lived in that neighborhood since 1988. When I first moved there, we had the Matador Club behind us, which created a large amount of problems with our after-hour club going on with drugs, damage to property, and the whole 9 yards. I feel that this is going to create the exact same problem. You also have a large amount of facilities in this neighborhood catering to these situations, all within too close to this building going up. We also, the building on Dover Court, 321 Dover Court, has also had police there almost every single day. They've robbed 7-Eleven, the residents there have gone in and have stolen things from 7-Eleven down the street from them. They're outside begging for money all the time, and I do not want this in my territory. I don't want to be mean or anything, but I want to keep our neighborhood safe. Ever since I've been there, when I first moved down there, we had women soliciting on the corner, people smoking drugs. That area, I spent so much time cleaning up that neighborhood, so it is a nice area for people to live in, to raise their family in. Every home on Rush Home is worth almost $4 million. We pay high property taxes. I pay $22,000 a year for my building, each building that I own there, and I do not want it to depreciate in its value. I feel that this is definitely going to do that to the neighborhood if you put in the wrong people in there. And I cannot see that you're not going to. They lied about it. The first person they put in there was a rapist down on Dover Court. All people that came out of jail.
Excuse me, Madam. I'd just like to remind you that we have applications of a development which has 19 variances. And if you can spend some of your time addressing those variances, that will be helpful to us,
One, I feel that a 6-story wood construction building would not be safe in the neighborhood. I feel that it's taking away the sun in our neighborhood, especially for the people on the north side. I also feel that the building is definitely too close to other residents that cater to the situation already in the neighborhood. You've got approximately, I think, 6 other places that are in the vicinity, and I feel that it's definitely too close. I don't feel that the building will be safe being, also, it's on top of Garrison Creek, which is a creek that's underneath the whole complex area there. Every time that there is construction that goes on in that neighborhood, people start to have sewage problems, backup problems. Our building is based on a clay system. That clay system, every time that construction is built into the ground, the clay system gets moved and we have blockages. So every time I have to spend at least $5,000-6,000, sometimes 10 grand, trying to have the sewage system cleaned up every time that somebody does construction in that neighborhood. If they're going to be responsible to pay for my sewage system, then I'm all for it. But if they're not, then, this is a problem that we are going to incur. And it happened when they built the big building across the street from there. We had problems with our sewage system. That cost me $9,000 to fix that. Now I'm worried that we're going to have another problem with that as well. And I just feel that it's not safe. And that's what I have to say today. So I'm definitely opposed to it.
Thank you very much, yeah. Any question to this? Yeah, we do, just stay.
So you listed a number of properties that you own, but it sounds like you're also a resident in the area.
Yes.
Which one do you reside?
I live in 952A.
Okay, thank you.
I have a child that lives in 948, and I have another one that lives in 960. So my daughters are in the area as well.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's it.
okay, yeah. No, we-
I don't know, you called 974. Did you call before? I'm 974. Anna Montero.
No, she just made a mistake on the address. It was 976. You're not yet.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Anna Montero. I'm at 974 College Street. This property that it's supposed to go on, build, is right beside my place. The building is 113 years old, so I'm afraid, thank you. I'm afraid what's going to happen there. I'm on the dark. I sent an email that I wanted to speak today, and I was supposed to receive an email with all the information. I got nothing. It's my first time that I see the building, and I'm concerned about my building also because the walls are going to be barely attached. I have no idea what's going on. I see, the way I see the building, my two windows from my building are going to be on the dark. So I don't know if that project is authorized. I need more information about that. Again, I don't agree with this property being built that tall, and the purpose that it is for. It's a beautiful neighborhood, heritage buildings, and I don't see the fit for this building to be on that corner, and again, the purpose. Somebody told me it was for low income. Other people told me different things, what I just heard right now. So I'm concerned. I have no information. I was away for 4 months. When I came back, somebody mentioned about this. If I knew, I said no. I went there. There was no signs whatsoever. And then I think a Friday before, there was a sign there from the city posted on the building. But nobody on the neighborhood received a letter or anything. I'm 66 years old. I don't go into internet to check anything. That's not for my age. So if like a letter, if they were to send a letter, I would appreciate that. But nothing. We got nothing. Okay, I believe that our neighborhood needs more time to digest this. I don't know what kind. I see the picture of the building, but I don't know anything else.
Thank you. I think our Deputy Secretary can respond to when we usually send out the notices, but yeah.
Through you, Madam Chair, as I stated in my announcement at the beginning of this hearing, there's recent regulatory changes to handle the interim with the postal strike and labor disruption that's happening right now. So I listed off the various ways that the city has gone above and beyond to provide alternate notice of notification. So there is the sign on the property site, as well as posting the notice in the Toronto Star newspaper, as well as information on the City of Toronto website, on the webpage, online, and social media channels.
Yes, yeah.
I'm 66 years old. I don't know much about computers. I don't go into computers. So I think every neighbor deserves a letter, like the old way. I'm sure they still send letters. I still get letters from other properties. So why this one, nobody? Why was this so?
We just tried to explain to you, but I
But
guess
I'm sure
do not
all the
just-
neighbors are on the dark. Nobody knew about this. So, and I'm opposed to this.
we can also get the agent to respond to
Okay,
yeah,
thank
that
you.
too. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Oh, you have a question? Can you state? There's a question for you, yeah.
Sure.
So you own the property that's right beside this?
Yes.
Okay, and you mentioned something about windows being shadowed. Do you have any windows that face west on your building?
The building that it's going up,
and this is mine on my
Yes.
building. On this wall, there's nothing, but apparently I see the building is coming a little bit out, so I do have windows, 2 windows. On this
Side windows?
side windows, yes.
And where are those located in your property?
Okay, so this is my wall, and this is the property that's supposed to go up.
Yes.
So, and then my wall does like this, like
Yes.
about, I don't know, half a meter or so, and then
Goes
the
around
windows
the
are
corner.
there. So my building's like this, and like that.
Okay,
So those windows are gonna be on the dark. And I'm not sure if this is, I haven't.
Sorry, I'm just trying to understand where in your building the windows are.
Yeah.
So they do face the same direction as this, but only after your building jogs backwards.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, okay. So it looks to me like that's maybe past the property line of this building.
This one
Yes,
passes my 2 windows.
okay.
It's the property, the way I see it, it includes those 2 windows being covered.
Okay, thanks.
Okay? You're welcome.
My name is Michelle Tavares. I'm a resident and owner of 968 College Street, along with my family. I'm going to start this by saying, please refrain from saying you've gone above and beyond. That's an insult to the residents and property owners. Above and beyond would be having someone come hand deliver every single, don't interrupt me.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Hand deliver
Don't use those
every
words.
single building and property ownership in that area, not put things up on a website, not put things in the newspaper that nobody buys, not expect that the onus of responsibility should be on the property owners and residents of that neighborhood. That's an insult to every single one of us here.
Through you,
No,
Madam
please do
Chair,
not
to the
interrupt my
s-
time.
Through you, Madam Chair, to the speaker.
Please do not interrupt my
We've
time.
paused-
You've already
Excuse
explained
me.
2 times.
Excuse
me a
me.
moment. She's explained
No.
twice what she's done. Putting it up on the website is not informing the
No,
residents.
you
Nobody's-
didn't give her even a chance to.
She had 2
respond.
chances already.
Excuse me,
It's my
ma'am,
time.
we've paused.
Pause my time.
We've paused your time.
Pause my time,
It is
please.
not the City of Toronto, this is the applicant's application. It is not the
Okay.
City of Toronto who puts the signs on the site, it is from the applicant.
Whatever it is.
Who has proposed this application.
Whatever it is. You said
There's-
above and
there is
beyond. You did not.
clearly- I clearly explained that there's interim measures right now to handle.
I understand that.
The Canada Post labor disruption.
words were
That is
above and
not in
beyond.
City
Excuse
of
me,
Toronto's
I'm so
control.
sorry. If this is not inside our application.
No, I understand that. I'm just asking her to refrain from saying the
maybe-
words above and beyond from now on. It wasn't done.
Maybe you can come to the.
Oh, I will.
Come to the city.
100%.
To address.
But just
this.
refrain from saying above and beyond. That's an insult to all of us here. We've heard enough from you. Thank you. So I'm going to continue here. Deficiencies in notification and access to hearing. Only a single notice was posted on the subject property. No mailed notice or door hanging was provided to adjacent property owners or residents, including those on College Street and Rushholme Road. That should have been done hand-delivered. The provided phone number is unresponsive. None of us have been able to get through. And while the notice indicates both in-person and virtual attendance options, there is still no accessible registration link at the time when I sent this letter for the virtual hearing scheduled for today. Most of the people that we knocked on doors to speak to, which you guys should have done, know about this hearing until we did that.
I'm sorry, but none of
Yeah.
these are things that we can consider.
I
as
just
a
want that on
panel, so
record.
Since you do have limited time. And
Yep.
did we get your name and address, please?
Yep, you did. I just want to address it because she had said this already twice. So if it's not meant to be spoken here, she shouldn't have said it. A matter of this magnitude merits a proper in-neighborhood, in-person session. Virtual-only format does not allow meaningful public engagement. This should have been handled differently leading up to this event. Change in use, scale, and committee fit. Historically, 976 College Street functioned as a supervised transitional residence for youth. Over the 40 years I have lived here, I observed their activities: rare, supervised, and limited. The new proposal, however, represents a categorical change in both use and intensity. 6 stories, 19 units, dedicated to adults with developmental disabilities, and as per the proponent's website, The proposed height of approximately 24.83 meters, six stories, and no on-site parking multiply the intensity of use and materially shift the character of the site relative to the existing low-rise residential retail neighborhood. In addition, the site lies on historic bed of buried Garrison Creek, which Diane has mentioned, filled with a ravine system and filled ground. This raises serious geotechnical risk on the settlement, and high groundwater, sewer stormwater capacity pressure, and added load of a six-story building of this type further exacerbates the infrastructure risk, which Diane has already mentioned has caused significant cost to the community. Now, property value, safety, and community impact is a major, serious problem. Like she said as well, there are 6 institutional facilities, including proposed 976 College, within a 600-meter radius, which creates excessive clustering that directly violates the 250-meter separation policy. This application must be refused. There's one at 321 Dovercourt Road, that's 450 meters, a modular supportive housing of 44 units. 111 Havelock Street, 450 meters, Madison Community Services Group Home, 15 affordable housing units for people with mental health issues. There's 128 Havelock Street, 500 meters, affordable housing, 10 units. St. Michael's Homes, 277 Rush Home Road, 600 meters, residential treatment facility for men with concurrent health, mental health, and addiction disorders. And I can go on. Many neighboring neighborhood residents, myself included, pay property taxes in excess of $25,000 a year and have invested substantial sums to enhance the area, pedestrian-friendly design, boutique retail, strong walk score, safe streets, and introducing a large-scale institutional, affordable, or supportive building in this location without full consultation and appropriate design risks undermining walkability, desirability, and property values, particularly when nearby precedents like the facility on Dovercourt Road already show increased crime, visitable substance use, and diminished residents' perception of safety and desirability. Furthermore, there already exists a women's shelter on College and Gladstone as well, a homeless facility on Dufferin whose residents are obscuring, loitering, intoxicated, or drug-affected in our neighborhood already, and a rehabilitation facility on Dovercourt Road, which I've mentioned. These cumulative institutional uses have contributed to declining area perception and property value erosion. This community has been built over value over decades, like Diane had already mentioned as well, and the developer and city must demonstrate how the proposal will preserve, not diminish, the existing investment and neighborhood character. City Council enacted bylaw 545-2022 on June 16 of 2022, authorizing an agreement with Operation Springboard for municipal municipal capital facility at 976 College Street, exempting the site from development charges. In effect, a major institutional initiative is already underway without clear neighborhood input. Toronto's own experience, for example.
Thank you. Your 5 minutes is up. Thank you.
Do I get the 20 seconds back that I was interrupted with?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just move on to what I'm requesting.
Yeah, okay, requesting 20 minutes, but please focus on the variances that we are looking at. Please, yeah, okay.
In light of the foregoing, I respectfully request the following before any decision on the application. A deferral of the October 29 hearing and scheduling of an in-person neighborhood information meeting. Direct written notification to all owners and occupants within a minimum of 120-meter radius of the site, a valid registration link for any virtual component, and a clearly identified contact person, because we have not been able to do so. Disclosure of the operational management model for the proposed building, tenant profile, staffing, support levels, security strategy, complaint mechanism, along with a publicly available traffic and parking impact study, servicing, loading plan, and crime prevention through environmental design report, a geotechnical investigation report and sewer stormwater capacity assessment given the site's location on a filled ravine, and assurance that no variances or site plan approvals are granted until the above conditions are satisfied and meaningful neighborhood consultation has occurred. I'm not opposed to low-income housing or supporting housing for adults with disabilities in principle. I worked with them my entire life. However, this is not the appropriate location for this type of development given its size, intensity, cumulative neighboring issues, and existing risk for public safety and property value.
Thank you. Thank you very much, yeah. Do we have any more speakers in the room? We have one more. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, did you have a question?
No, do we have any question? No. No. No,
Thank
we
you.
do not. Two more. And Also, before we start, I would like to remind everybody that we have an application in front of us, and they're very clearly stating what we're looking at, and also remind everybody that this application is actually going through a site plan control application, which means that all those stormwater management or geotechnical are not part of this hearing, but it's going through site plan approval a review. So those issues will be worked out by different departments of the city. So let's just focus on what is in front of us, okay? Thank you.
My name is Sophia Leontes. I'm for 970, 972, and 967 College Street.
Okay, thank you. You have 5 minutes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So number one, our first main concern is that we were not notified, and I'm not the only one in the neighborhood that feels this way. And it's not the only project that we have never been notified about. So I think that's a major concern. We shouldn't be expected to have to go onto the internet every day to check and see what's going on in the city or in our neighborhood. And so I am opposed to this as to the size, to the use, to how it's going to affect our neighborhoods, our tenants, people that live there, the residents. You know, who's going to help us and who's going to give us some kind of assistance if our tenants leave because of what's going up in this neighborhood, of this proposed building. We have existing commercial tenants, residential tenants, that may not want to stay in the neighborhood because of this proposed building. So that's a big concern. We have property tax to pay.
Is that all you want to say? Yeah.
Yes,
Did we
our
finish?
main thing is that we should have been notified. As property owners, we should have been notified. There was no notice posted. There was a notice posted on the building site maybe 2 weeks ago.
Through you, Madam Chair, to the speaker and to all, that is the stat requirements from the Planning Act. The sign has been posted on the site. We have the applicant who signed the sign declaration form as well as the proof of the sign being posted. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but when was this initially
And it's very little.
proposed? When was
yeah,
this initial
okay.
proposal put up for this building? A year ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago? It has nothing to do with the postal strike. The postal strike is now recent.
I'm sorry, this
Yes.
isn't meant to be a conversation. This is 5 minutes for you to make
I understand
submissions
that, but like my
about
father-in-law
the
owns 967
minor
College Street.
variances.
Right, he's 91 years
Do you
old.
have any submissions to make about the minor variances?
Yes, the building is too big, too high, and it's affect,
Okay,
whatever
so
uses
that's why I say
affects
that's
our
the two.
buildings, our
I
tenants.
understand. I just want to
our
clarify
residents.
something.
Yes.
Is that the two things that you oppose is the size and the use of the
Yes,
building?
the size, the
Okay.
use, everything.
So
I
are
oppose
there
to
any other
everything.
issues about the proposal you want to say?
Sorry?
Are there other issues about the proposal you want to address
Yeah,
us?
I oppose everything
this.
that's on here.
So it's not just the size and the use. You're opposing the height, you're
Yes.
opposing the bike parking and all the
Yeah, the no
19
parking, I
variances.
oppose everything, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Have you, you finished, right? Any question to this speaker? Okay, yeah, you're finished, so let's have the next.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have a speaker in support of the application.
Okay, please come up. And please state your name and address, and if you want us to bring anything up, we will do that before your presentation.
Sure. So good morning, Madam Chair and members
Yeah.
of the committee.
Yeah.
My name is M. Wong. I live at 125 Peter Street personally, but today I'm here as a representative of Councillor Bravo. She's not feeling well this morning, so unfortunately couldn't be here herself, but asked me to relay the following comments. So first off, the councillor would like to affirm her respect for the quasi-judicial arm's length role of the Committee of Adjustment and that she's not using her office to influence the result. She does believe it consistent with her role to ensure that the chair and members have the benefit of her perspective. Councillor Bravo is supportive of the proposed variances at 976 College Street, which she believes represent a much-needed contribution to Toronto's housing landscape. First, from a planning perspective, community planning staff have emphasized that the proposed height and built form are consistent with the official plan policies that encourage mid-rise intensification in mixed-use areas and along avenues. This alignment ensures that the development fits well within the broader vision for growth and urban design in this part of the city. To address servicing concerns, the applicant will be required to submit an acceptable servicing report to development engineering. This condition ensures that the infrastructure capacity is properly evaluated and the development can be accommodated without adverse impacts. Importantly, this project advances the city's affordable housing goals. City Council has approved $3.45 million in capital funding through the Rental Housing Supply Program to support Operation Springboard's development of affordable units at this site. The Housing Secretariat and Housing Development Office have been working closely with Springboard to bring this project to life. This project is a strong example of how the city can collaborate with nonprofit partners to deliver on the commitments outlined in the Housing TO 2022-2030 action plan, which envisions Toronto as a city with a diverse range of housing opportunities, a place where families and individuals live in safe, well-maintained and affordable housing with respect and dignity, and where people have equal opportunities to succeed. The city's official plan states that a full range of housing will be provided and maintained to meet the current and future needs of residents. To conclude, this development is consistent with our planning framework, and importantly, it's a meaningful step towards creating a more sustainable and inclusive city. If I may, with my remaining time, speaking as myself, I see the residents and owners in this room. I'm sorry that you feel that proper notification wasn't provided, but in my capacity as staff, I'm happy to work with the councillor and the owner of this site to provide an information session regardless of the outcome of the committee's decision.
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, we appreciate that as a community liaison is a very good idea. Okay, so any question to this speaker, please?
This is a question that's maybe more of a comment than a question, but we don't. I appreciate at the outset you're mentioning that you respect our quasi-judicial nature. And I will say, just as we don't really consider when councillors are opposed to applications, we also will not really consider this support. It's just not something that we can do. But you did mention the Housing Secretariat, and what I would suggest, their reports, which are very few and far between and rare to us, is a city staff opinion that we can consider. So in similar circumstances, maybe your office can encourage them to put in a report, because that would be evidence that we could consider.
Okay, duly noted. Thank you.
Yes. So, thank you. Any other questions? No, thanks, Chair. Okay, thank you.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have one person online in interest.
All right, thank you.
Julia, you've been unmuted.
Oh, yes. Hi. So basically...
Can you tell us your name and address? Give us your address.
Yes, it's Julia Rapp, and address is 788 College Street.
Okay.
My concerns have to do primarily with infrastructure. It's a Victorian neighborhood. The sidewalk is 1 meter wide in most places. You are intensifying a neighborhood that cannot, you're imposing 21st century infrastructure on a 19th century neighborhood, which makes no sense. It causes tremendous hardship to businesses all along the strip. I don't see an intelligent proposal for where you're going to keep the garbage. This area is already incredibly tight in terms of parking. We are cheek to jowl. There's nowhere to park. Clients coming into the businesses complain constantly about tremendous traffic, difficulty parking. You are not providing any parking for people visiting the 19 apartments that you're planning to put in. You are putting in a 6-story building in a neighborhood that has primarily, Victorian houses that are 4 stories high. Most of them are row houses. I don't think it fits into the neighborhood. I have massive concerns about problems with infrastructure, including potential flooding. You know, in order to put in a foundation that is going to support a 6-story building, you have to dig down very, very deep. That will disturb the waters of Garrison Creek. That's a major concern to all of us. When a building went up at 799 College Street, all the buildings on the opposite side are now having tremendous problem with moisture. I'm concerned that the same thing will happen to all the buildings along the strip of College Street between Dovercourt and Rushholme. And, you know, I think intensification in a neighborhood that is already incredibly packed with buildings, people, dogs, cars, etc., you know, it's an ideological pie in the sky idea. But for people who actually live in the neighborhood, I've lived in the neighborhood for 40 years. It means more traffic, more congestion, more crime, more discomfort. You know, this was a neighborhood that used to function, and with the intensification that's been going on, it's very unpleasant to live, you know, in my own home. So that is a huge concern, and I would like for, you know, the gentleman who is representing 976 College Street to address my concerns.
Thank you. Any question to this speaker? No, okay, no more questions. Are these all the speakers? Oh, yeah, please, yeah. Just wait, yeah.
Just with respect to the variances that the committee is looking at, so variance number 11 provides this, and I think it speaks to some of the issues or your concerns, but municipal water mains and municipal sewers, essentially their capacity has to be checked. The applicant's going to have to essentially show our engineering department that there is such capacity, or I suppose additional infrastructure has got to be added. So that's one way that your concern or your issue is trying to be addressed through that variance 11. That's all. Don't have any further questions, or just want to make that comment.
Okay, thank you. Yes, that's good. Any other speakers?
Through you, Madam Chair, that are all the speakers on the file. I will unmute the agent.
Yes, please. Can the agent come back and address the issues that have been raised by all the speakers? Yeah, thank you.
Graham, you've been unmuted.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair, there's a number of comments raised. I will begin with addressing the ones that directly impact the variances proposed. Most notably, stormwater and capacity was raised a number of times there. As previously mentioned, this will be addressed through our site plan application, which is currently underway. We have submitted a full stormwater management report as well as a site servicing report, and this will be a condition that will have to be cleared with Toronto Engineering and Construction Services. As well, we are not constructing a below-grade foundation. Our foundation will be slab-on grade, so we will not be excavating deeper. To facilitate that, there will be, of course, caissons or supports, but the foundation itself will only be slightly below grade, so it won't be a major excavation. In terms of parking and the reduction in visitor parking that we have requested, we have also submitted a full traffic and parking study for our site plan application, which supports our current variances. The future residents themselves will not have access to vehicles, nor will they be driving. At most, it would be the staff who will be arriving by public transportation or by foot. As well, there was a number of concerns around shading. I would just like to be very clear, our blindside wall on the east of the building will not cover any existing windows on neighboring properties. It will only be abutting another blindside wall with no windows along that side. In terms of shading, any as-of-right development that would be permitted here would have similar effects on neighboring properties. Our increase in height is minor and does not significantly impact any shading throughout the day. As well, through you, Madam Chair, if I may just quickly address some of the comments around communication. I know they don't pertain to the variances, but as they're raised a number of times, I feel it may be important. Our client, as well as ourselves, we did host a public community session on June 16th. Prior to this, hand notices were delivered in a 120-meter radius of the site. So notice was sent out. This was all well prior to our Committee of Adjustment application. As well, there is a mailing list set up to send out any updates on the project, and we'd be happy to add anybody who spoke today to that list if they reach out to myself. Our client, as well as ourselves, are still highly committed to community engagement and are happy to provide any information that goes beyond the variances requested today.
Okay. And any question to the agent now? We have him. Yeah, please, just stay. We have some questions for you, yeah.
So for any individuals that are here today and you say you could put them on a list to have more information, how should they contact you?
Certainly. Through you, Madam Chair, both my email address and number are listed on the application form for committee. Please feel free to reach out to that email address, and I would be happy to get you on the mailing list.
Okay, thanks. Going through the variances, the variance that I would like some guidance on is variance 13 about the reduced number of bike parking. Because we have 19 units here with individuals that aren't going to be driving. I would think that 19 bike parking space, I recognize that it's a constrained site, but maybe you can walk me through why 12 is going to be sufficient if this is how we can expect residents to travel.
Certainly. Through you, Madam Chair, with consultation with our client and understanding their client's needs or future residents' needs, the vast majority of future residents will either be walking or using public transportation. This is largely done through the supports that are teaching them these skills to live in these homes. Many will not be cycling nor using any sort of vehicle. 12 long-term bike spaces is what was deemed appropriate for the use as we were designing with our client. As well, as you had noted, it is a constrained site. If we were to add the full 18 long-term and 4 short-term, it would mean a reduction of other spaces. Most notably, it would be the amenity space on the ground floor that would see this impact, as other spaces such as the mechanical and electrical, as well as the waste storage rooms, are more or less fixed in size and cannot be reduced. So the impact would most greatly be felt in the amenity space that the residents will be utilizing.
Yes, so I noticed on the plans on the ground floor right beside the bike parking is a room called water room, which seemed to be, where additional parking could go if there needed to be. What is the water room?
Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair, the water room will be where the municipal servicing will enter. So similar to the mechanical room, it's relatively fixed in size, and there are building code requirements that require a certain size and dimension. And we would not be permitted to put any sort of bike parking in that room, unfortunately, just due to, one, security concerns around the equipment that will be in there, as it will be functioning for the operations of the building, as well as building code requirements.
And the building as it is right now, is it presently housing people by your client?
Through you, Madam Chair, the building is currently vacant to my understanding, so there is not currently housing anybody.
Okay. I guess I was just wondering how your client came to the understanding of how much bike parking would be appropriate, whether they have other sites and this ratio has worked for them.
Yes, through you, Madam Chair, our client does have a number of other sites throughout the city as well. This one was previously operated, so they do have a number of sites as well as a long historied experience with this client group elsewhere within the city, so drawing upon their previous experience.
Okay, thanks.
I have one question. I look at your plans, okay, the rooftop plans. It only shows the where there's some kind of mechanical room, and then the rest is the roof. But then in the purpose of the application, it mentioned a terrace. And do you have a terrace on the rooftop?
Through you, Madam Chair, it is not on the 6th floor rooftop.
Oh, it's not. It's a lower roof, right?
Yes, It's on the 6th floor, not the 7th, so the final roof. If you go
okay.
to sheet SP 2.4, it'll be shown on the plans.
Oh, I see. Is it the gray, the gray shaded part is the terrace?
Correct. So it'll be partially covered
Oh,
and
okay.
partially.
That makes, now I can understand. I was looking, it's because it says rooftop. I assumed that it was on the 6th floor. So thank you, yeah. So with that regard, so you will have some sort of screening for this terrace, right?
That is correct, Madam Chair. We'll have a safety rail as required by the building code around the exterior parapet to prevent any sort of safety incidents.
Yeah, that's the guards, but there's no privacy issues here, right? Because you're actually, this side is facing like another condo across the washroom, right? So there's no privacy issues. I'm not talking about privacy screen.
Correct, yeah. The terrace will face Rushholme Drive and does not face any adjacent buildings.
Yes, okay. And the other questions that we have received, staff report, I think that some conditions requesting some surfacing, you have to submit surfacing report. That's okay. If we were going to approve, we'll impose that condition on you, yeah?
Yeah, we are happy with that condition, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right, that's my question. Yeah, we still have some questions, just wait, yeah.
Thanks, Chair. My question is about the mechanical penthouse, and I guess that's variances 17 to 19, and it's quite large in its footprint and in its height. Can you explain why it's so large?
Certainly, through you, Madam Chair. I would like to note that the mechanical penthouse shown on these plans represents the maximum size that we would require. We are working to reduce it and minimize it as much as possible. The height is largely driven by the elevator overrun. So simply due to the mechanical requirements of the elevator, it does need to be essentially a full story above the roof to allow for rooftop access, both for maintenance of the green roof, as well as accessing the mechanical equipment that will be housed in that space. Beyond that is simply that we don't have a below grade level. So any mechanical equipment that would typically be stored below grade now has to be stored either in the ground floor space or on the rooftop mechanical penthouse. So while this represents the maximum size that we will require, we are working to reduce it by finding more efficient mechanical systems.
Sorry, let me see whether I understand. You said maximum require, why is it maximum? Is it not minimum? Or you propose a maximum just in case you need this area, right, or this size?
Yes, correct, Madam Chair. This would be the largest that we would need, as this was designed during early development phases. So as we progress further into a more detailed design and progress our permit sets, our true needs for the mechanical system will be fleshed out, and it may reduce slightly.
Okay, yeah, but the height will remain similar because some of the equipment are high, right?
Yes, that is correct. The elevator overrun will still dictate the same height.
Okay, thank you.
That's good, thanks.
Ms. McKay, any question? Yes, we still have questions, yeah.
I'm just interested because I understand the building is a mass timber building, so I'm just wondering what the exterior cladding is like. Is that going to be brick? Is there sort of some installation between the exterior and the interior? I'm just saying, it's mass timber, so at some point that's going to degrade, perhaps faster than other types.
Certainly, through you, Madam Chair. On sheet SP 3.6, there are some cladding examples that we have used on previous developments and will be used on this as well. I will note, as we have progressed our site plan application and worked with urban design, the exact cladding options have changed slightly, so the color palette will better represent the surrounding neighborhood context, and it will not be a gray palette. It'll closer match the brick of the neighborhood. That being said, the building will be clad in both a metal material along any blindside walls, as well as fiber cement panels on the lower levels which closer match the surrounding neighborhood. So while the building structure itself is CLT, it will be clad in metal and fiber cement, which are very durable materials. The only spaces that will have exposed CLT will be interior, as the building code allows us. So they will not degrade to outside elements or weathering. They will be fully insecured and watertight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one last question. You have a staff room for staff to support tenants. Are the staff there for 24/7? Or they just come during the day or occasionally?
Through you, Madam Chair, it'll both be for property management, so relocating the waste as well as maintenance, but there will be around-the-clock support.
Around-the-clock
staff
support.
there for tenants, yes.
Yes, so then anyone with any incidents or in the building, or they can always have someone there, right? Okay, thank you. All right, so any other questions? Okay, we do not have any more questions. Now we are in committee. We are in committee now. Everybody has spoken, sorry. We are in discussion now. Okay. Yes, Mr. Goss, yeah.
One thing that I think is maybe important for us to address, because we heard it a lot, was about notice to the community. I would note that we have quite a number of speakers, more than is the average, and quite a number of letters, both in support and in opposition, which to me suggests that the neighborhood was aware. But that's not even really the point. The city doesn't make up for every individual application. Here's how we'll give notice, here's how we won't give notice. There are statutory requirements under the Planning Act.
Yes.
And we wouldn't be here today if the city wasn't satisfied that the statutory requirements have been met.
Yes.
So whether those requirements are appropriate or not could be something that is brought up with the provincial government, because they're in charge of the statutory requirements, but those statutory requirements of notice have been met. That's why we're meeting today. In terms of the actual proposal, there's a number of variances, but I certainly believe that this type of development is very much in keeping with the official plan for this area. Also recognizing that, the new availability for major streets, which I believe that maybe this application went in before that even was fully enforced. But a six-story structure in this location is appropriate. So then we're looking at the variances themselves. As I sort of telegraphed in my comments, the one that concerned me the most was about bike parking, because, there are going to be 19 units and only 12 bike parking spaces. But I think if this client has this developer has experience with these types of populations before and believe that they can make it work with that reduced amount, I would defer to that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the people we heard from and impact, the property directly adjacent to it is the one that I think had some legitimate concern about potential shadowing of their rear windows. But some impact doesn't mean that it's a beyond minor impact, and given that 6 floors is allowed here in, as of right in any event, I don't think that impact goes beyond minor. So for those reasons, I think it's supportable.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Thanks, Chair. I agree with Phil. I'd add a few other comments, I think. It's a slightly odd lot currently, right? It's a lot on College, but it essentially fronts onto the side street. And I think that what results is a parking lot that's facing College. And I think that's not the best case scenario, right? I think College is meant to be a busy street with lots of activity. So I do appreciate the fact that this is going to more address College Street completely as a property. I would note also, a lot of people who spoke had issues with the use of, the proposed use of the site and in this location. And I would just note that this site, the use is permitted as of right. The use is not being, that's not something they're applying for in terms of to be allowed to do. They're allowed to do this use on this site, just not to this extent. And I do agree the evolving policy for major streets does result in a built form that looks very much like what we're seeing here. The other thing I would add is that community planning staff have reviewed this in detail and support it. So I think that goes to show that this has been looked at from seriously from a policy and bylaw perspective. I do understand the concerns of the neighbors, and I was glad to hear the councillor staff speaking to that effect and in terms of creating some sort of working group or meeting, because I think as this goes forward, if it does, it will be very important to share information, both from construction impacts and just being good neighbors. So, but I do believe this is a very positive proposal for the city and for this neighborhood, so I'll support it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone wants to make a comment, or? Yes, please, yeah.
Madam Chair. Yes, I think I'm supportive as well. I'm glad that the community planning report is essentially saying that, sewer capacity and water main capacity have to still be addressed,
Yes.
and addressed to the city's satisfaction. So I can support the application.
Okay, then we do have a motion on the floor.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Do we have any other conditions?
Well, we have the planning conditions,
Yes.
so I can put the
Please,
motion forward.
Please, yes.
To approve this, subject to the planning conditions as per the planning report.
Yes, and just a planning condition and transportation, no conditions,
No, they
okay.
had no concerns or conditions, and I
Okay.
don't believe there's forestry either, so
Just
just
planning condition, yeah.
move to approve it, subject to planning conditions.
Yeah, Mr. Rees, second, all in favor? Unanimously approved. Thank you very much for coming, yeah. So we moved on, item number 3 is 561 Saw Street. The purpose of this application is to alter the existing 3-story semi-detached by constructing a rear 3rd-story addition. We have received a survey, site plan, floor plans, and elevations, and 4 photographs of the property. And that's all we have received. We are ready for the applicants or agent, please. Yeah.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent online and no registered speakers for this file.
Yes. And
Eddie, you've been unmuted.
Committee members, my name is Eddie Perez. I'm at 537 Rogers Road. And I'm here before you for adding a small addition on the 3rd floor over an existing 2nd floor. Variants are minor in nature. If you have any question, I'll be happy to answer them.
that's why this application hasn't got any opposition. So let me check whether we want a presentation from you. Anyone? No? It's a pretty straightforward application. We do not need a presentation from you. Do you have anything specific you want to address us before we move into discussion?
No, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Okay, so we are in committee now. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. McKay, yes, please.
Yes, I'm willing to put forward a motion that we approve these 3 variances. I think that they are indeed minor. I see no urban forestry conditions, so I would move approval without condition.
Okay, as I second, yeah, Mr. Reed second, all in favor with no conditions. Approved unanimously, thank you. All right, so we got to item 4 is 2 INGLEWOOD Drive. This is to alter the existing 2-story detached dwelling by constructing a new front porch with stairs. We have received a survey, site plan, floor plans, and elevations, 3 photographs of the property. and decisions affecting the subject property, and also presentation material from the agent. We also receive correspondence from transportation engineering, and we are ready for the
Through you,
agent.
Madam Chair, the agent is online, and we have one speaker in support for the application.
In support?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Adria, you've been unmuted.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Adria Durazo from Replacement Design, located at 160 the Westway, Unit 16A in Etobicoke.
Yes.
I'm here today on behalf of the property owners at 2 Inglewood Drive. Would you need a presentation?
Well, that's what I want to just work that out first, because you do not have any opposition, but you do have a support. I do not, let me check with the members, they want a presentation from. No, we do not require presentation, and we will listen to the speaker who want to speak to us, but do you have anything you want to address us?
No, I think the application is very straightforward.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So let's have the, yes, you
Chair,
have a
could I
question.
put a question out?
Yeah.
Just with respect, I noticed that transportation, we're saying you may have to apply for a encroachment agreement, or it seems that there might be some incursion into the municipal street there. So you're aware of that then? You might need some type of street permit?
We are aware, and we already started communication. We know the next steps.
Okay, so you'd be happy with that as a condition then?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's have the speaker.
Joyotsna, you've been unmuted. Joyotsna, you've been unmuted.
Yeah, I am here for 30 Inglewood Drive, not 2 Inglewood Drive. Can you hear me?
No, sorry, what did you just say?
I am here for 30 Inglewood
Oh,
Drive,
so it's
which
a
is
wrong,
seventh
it's a
on the
wrong
list.
number. No, okay, thank you. So, yeah, we'll have you on that item later. Thank you, yeah.
In that case, no, we don't have any registered speakers. There- Said she was here for 30.
Okay, let's have the agent back then.
Adria, you've been unmuted.
Are there any other questions?
No, it seems that she's speaking on a different item, yeah. So now we are in committee now. Okay, let's yeah, please, Peter.
Thanks, Chair. I remember this property from several years ago, and it's back now, and what's being proposed is, I think, very minor. It's a slight expansion to an existing porch, and it takes up a little more of the front yard, but I think that the soft landscape variance is minor, and I do believe it works in this case because it's on the corner of the street. I think situationally it works better than it would if it were in the middle of the block in terms of coming out that far. And I think with the transportation condition, it's supportable. So I'll move approval of the application, subject to the transportation condition about the encroachment agreement.
Mr. McGee, second. Yes, with that condition, all in favor? Unanimously approved. Thank you. And item number 5 is 242 BOULTON Avenue. This is to alter the existing 2-story semi-detached dwelling by enclosing the existing front porch for habitable space. We have received a survey, site plan, floor plans, and elevations, 6 photographs of the subject property. That's all the material we received, and we're ready for the applicant.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the applicant, or sorry, the agent in person and no registered speakers.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jason Kiefer. My address is 496 St. James Street, London.
Yeah. Seems that you do not have any opposition, and it doesn't seem to be a complicated application. Do we want to have a presentation? No. Yeah, the panel does not require presentation from you. Do you have anything specific you want to? I thought that you were online, sorry, I'm talking on that.
Nothing from me, no.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
okay, nice seeing you.
Nice to see you too, yeah.
Okay, all right, there's no questions? Okay, so now we're committee, yeah.
Sure, I'll just go ahead and make a motion to approve it. It's a porch enclosure in a neighborhood where if you look on the street, there are several other porch enclosures, so it's in keeping, and the variances themselves are quite minor or quite small, so for those reasons, I would move to approve it.
Okay, with no conditions either, right?
No.
So, Ms. McKay, second, yes, and with no condition, all in favor, approval. It's approved. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so we have item number 6 is 1080 and 1088 Yonge Street. This is to order the development standards as is approved under the site specific zoning bylaw for a new 12-story mixed-use building by increasing the maximum permitted height from 44.9 meter to 46.27 meter. Equipment or structure projections beyond the maximum building height, and to reduce the maximum building setbacks. There will be a total of 24 residential dwelling units on this lot. We receive survey, site plan, floor plan, elevations, 8 photographs of the subject property, and also a cover letter from the agent, presentation material from agent, and also the site specific zoning bylaw. And they are seeking 5 variances. We are ready for the agent.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent online and no registered speakers for this item.
Yes.
Michael, you've been unmuted.
Madam Chair, my name is Michael Goldberg. I'm a planning consultant working for North Drive, who are the owners of this site. I will take your guidance as to whether you need a presentation
Yes,
or not.
that's why I want to check that first. Yeah. Do you want, or do you have questions? Yeah.
I think just a brief presentation would be helpful.
But, yeah,
just to
because it's
outline
a little bit complex,
what's
right?
changed,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, yeah, we do want to have a presentation. Can you give us a very brief presentation for maximum 5 minutes?
I can. We'll see if we need any visuals, but I did provide a presentation. If someone controlling the screen could please put that on the screen.
Yeah, bring the material up first before we start the clock. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. This is an application that has gone through a full planning process, through an amendment process. The bylaw, of course, is approved at this point in time. We are very near completing the site plan process, and construction of the foundation has commenced. The variances that are before you, but for one aspect of height, all relate to the mechanical penthouse. So, you know, when you go through a full planning process and then you get into very granular structural, mechanical, constructability related items, it's quite common that you find that for structural or mechanical reasons, you need slightly more height, slightly more bulk at the mechanical penthouse level. That's where the vast majority of the variances arise from. And in fact, one of the variances that relates to height, overall height, an additional 1.37 meters, just relates to structural elements for the floor and floor to ceiling. The building is the same building that was approved. The look of the building is the same. The massing and the setbacks and the stepbacks of the building are the same. All of this is happening at the very height of the building. And if the person controlling the screen can turn to page 7 of the presentation. There we go. You can see here that the height for the mechanical penthouse there. On the left-hand side, you can see that. And then if you could turn to page 5 of the presentation. And then you could see on the left-hand side is the approved diagram 3, and on the right-hand side, you could see the variances 1, 4, and 5 all relate to setbacks or the height of the mechanical penthouse overall. So it really is the same building, but it's been moderately tweaked at the top to accommodate the feasibility, the operations, the function, the mechanics of the building. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Okay, thank you. That was good. Yeah. We do not have any more questions for you, so we are in committee now. Yes. Okay. Yes.
I can just move this to a motion, I think, Chair. This is pretty straightforward, and there's just minor tweaks. Thanks for the presentation. That was helpful to understand the extent of these, but the impact of these variances over what's approved, I think, is negligible, negligible at best. So I can see no harm in approving these minor variances, so I'll move approval without condition.
Yeah, Mr. McKay, second. And all in favor of no conditions, approved unanimously. No condition, yeah. Thank you. So item number 7 is 30 Inglewood Drive. This is to alter the existing 2-story detached dwelling by constructing a rear basement walkout, rear ground floor deck with stairs, and a third-story addition. There will be a total of 2 residential dwelling units on this lot. 1 dwelling unit occupying the basement, and the other one is occupying the first, second, and third levels. We receive a survey site plan, floor plans, elevation, 6 photographs of the property, and a cover letter and presentation material from the agent. And we have received a letter of concern from 32 Inglewood Drive, and also we received support from 24 Inglewood Drive, and also 112 Heath Street. And they're seeking 2 variances. We're ready for the agent.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent online and no registered speakers for this item.
Yes, okay. All right.
Joe, you've been unmuted. Joe, you've been unmuted.
Yes, my name is Joe Dome, 133 Torresdale Avenue, agent for the owner.
Yes. You do not have anyone to speak today on this application, but you do have opposition from 32 Inglewood Drive. And let me check whether the panel require a presentation. No? Okay, how about questions? Do we have questions for him? Okay, we do not have any question, but as I just mentioned, there's a opposition from 32. Can you address that, and then we can move into the discussion? Yeah?
We also have the speaker and.
I thought we don't.
Through you, Madam Chair, I believe it was the owner from 30 Inglewood Drive.
Sorry,
It's okay.
Through the chair, just to be sure, we can unmute them if they're still online, just to verify in case.
Okay. Joyotsna, you've been unmuted?
Yeah, I'm the owner of 30 Inglewood Drive, and I don't have anything to add.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. It's good to wait, don't miss anyone. Yeah, to go back to the opposition letter, I just want you to just address that because you have we have received an opposition letter from 32, Inglewood.
Yeah, sure. I don't believe I've seen the opposition letter posted on file. And my understanding is the owner had spoken to them, and they communicated they don't have any concerns.
Okay.
So I have not seen that,
Yeah,
that
it
letter
also
of concern,
came
but I
to-
can go into a brief presentation
That's
if you require.
Yeah, that's okay, because we also received it quite late too. It's in our supplemental material. Okay, yeah, so I guess if there are any questions, the panel will ask you some questions on.
Through the chair, for the record, yes, we had received correspondence late that the correspondence letter in concern interest from the owner occupants of 32 Inglewood Drive, they had subsequently rescinded their letter of concern.
Good. Yeah, all right, so that's good to know. Okay, now we are in committee, okay. When you want to start? This is when.
Yes, Chair?
Yes, please,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I can support that. There's a rise in FSI, but it's not terribly huge. So I'm going to move approval of these two variances without conditions.
Okay, when Peter, when Philip, Mr. Goss, second. All in favor of no conditions? All approved. It's approved unanimously. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now we are, item number 8 is 233 GOWAN Avenue. This is the older existing two-story detached dwelling. It's a duplex. By constructing a rear first-story addition, there will be a total of 2 residential dwelling units on this lot. 1 unit occupying the ground floor, and then the 1 unit occupying the second and the third levels. We receive a survey site plan, floor plan elevations, and revised site plan, floor plan elevations, and a red line public notice, and a revised zoning notice. 4 photographs of the subject property, and a cover letter, and shadow study, and from the agent. We also have a copy of corresponding sent to labels from the owners. And we also have received comment from community planning and also from the Metro Links. And we have received 12 signature petition in support property on GOWAN Avenue. We are ready for the agent.
Through you, Madam Chair, the agent is online and there are no registered speakers for this item.
Yeah. And also they are seeking 2 variances.
Terrell, you've been unmuted.
Thank you. My name is Terrell Wong, and I live at 12 St. Andrews Gardens, and I am the agent for the applicant.
Okay. It seems that you have a lot of support but no opposition. So that's a red line public notice. Have you made some revisions on your application? And if you do, please go through that revision with us.
Sure. After making the first application for the 12.45 meter height, I spoke directly with the planner on the project, Cameron Chin, and we went through it and worked together to lower the height of the building by changing the slope. The addition is basically a shed dormer that is way at the back of this building, and we put the lowest part facing the backyard to have the least amount of effect, and we went up on an angle. So I just reduced that angle of that slope to get it below the 12 meter mark, as discussed with the planner, in order to get her support on the project.
Okay.
And so the reason for that slope is that it faces south. It provides 2 bedrooms for the upper unit for their new children, and it allows for the installation of solar panels.
Thank you. So the new height is 11.94, is that just to?
Yeah, 11.94 is the new height.
Please confirm that, yeah. Okay, thank you. That's all. Any question to the applicant?
Yeah.
Yes, please, we have some questions here, yeah.
So there is no opposition, but it does look like quite a lot of the height just kind of, and it does seem to be for the, because of the slope, as you say. So the purpose of the slope itself is to make the solar panels more usable, is that correct?
It is to make the solar panels more usable for the entire building. So it is yes. So let's go back a few seconds, because I did have a report. Allowed as of right in this neighborhood are 4plexes that are 12 meters in height. But when you're doing a duplex or a semi-detached house, this was originally a single-family home. 2 couples came together and decided that they wanted to be able to afford the Toronto market. They bought the place, and we did the original design where the first unit is in the basement and the first floor, and the second unit is just on the second floor with the intention of putting it. Yes, elevations are very hard to show something that it looks a lot bigger than it does, but it's not right at the front of the building. So I highlighted it, and yes, it highlights how high it is, but that is way at the back of the building, less, more than halfway back, on a lot that has 20 meters from the back of this addition all the way to another property line, and then there's another few meters before we actually, it's another 10 to 20 meters to the next house. So I tried my hardest to lower the building as much as possible to allow for the slope facing south for the solar panels, and to allow for an 8-foot ceiling for the inhabitants to have, an average size 2-bedroom addition for their kids.
Yeah, and so a reduced slope would negate the usability of the solar panels, or a flat roof?
A flat roof, it would just complicate the project.
Yeah.
So in order to keep costs down, a sloped roof is obviously less expensive than a flat roof. You don't have the issue with having to have an armature to hold up the solar panels. So you're using the structure of the building to do that, so there's less penetrations in the roof. And we also have a very thick envelope because we've added a ton of insulation to the project. I know we were looking at the official plan while we were doing this, and there's a number of citations in the plan for multiple types of uses of buildings in Toronto, reusing the existing buildings to make this happen. We couldn't put the addition at the back of in the backyard because of the way the units are set up, so we had to go up to make this work. And as I said, as of right, fourplexes are allowed to be full 12 meters across the entire length of the building. There's no limitation on gross floor area in the RM area of zoning. So we felt, and I worked with the planner, that this placement at the back of the building was the best way to get the extra space that was needed. It's only about 54 meters squared.
And you saw that the planner recommends us tying it to this elevation to maintain.
100%, yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Yes, we do. We still have some questions here. Yeah.
Just a quick question relating to Metro links, and what's your understanding there? That they seem to be saying you're in a transit corridor lands. Do you need some kind of development permit from them?
I don't believe we do. I did look into it, but I will, and I didn't see this notice until today, so I'll have to go through it, and if we do need a planning, we didn't the last time when we did the renovations to the house, so I'm assuming we're far enough away that they're not that concerned with it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So any other questions, Peter? Okay. Yeah. So we do not have any more questions. We are in committee now. Okay.
Sure, yeah, I'll go ahead to move approval. It's a good explanation. It is a dramatic look on the front elevation, but in terms of actual impact, I agree that it's small.
Yes.
But subject to the planning condition to tie it to.
And also it's amended application.
Yes, so I'd move to approve it as amended and tied to the side elevations.
Yes, I agree with the height. If anyone can actually look at the elevation that on, this is probably quite high. But in an eye level on street, even the cost probably is diminished in that sense. So we have a motion here. Mr. McKay, second. Okay. With that, we amended it with the conditions. All in favor? Unanimously approved with that conditions. Yeah. Okay. Do we need any a break, or we want to continue? You want to?
Through you, Madam Chair, there's only a few items left of the agenda, so now would probably be a prudent time for a break.
Okay.
There's only a few items left of the morning agenda.
Yeah, so 10 minutes break? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, mute your microphones, everyone.
six-story addition. And about the existing ground floor level, and possibly you constructed as a new rear basement addition below. A complete four-story addition with front and rear balconies, and a rear basement walkout and a south side second-story balcony, as well as a rooftop access for maintenance from two stairs. Enclosures, two staircase enclosure and one elevator enclosure. There will be a total of one commercial unit and six residential dwelling unit on this lot. And we received a survey site plan, floor plan elevations, and revised site plan, floor plan elevations, and two photographs of the site and a cover letter from the agent, and also presentation material from the agent. We received correspondence from urban city planning and from heritage city planning, and also staff report from heritage.
Through the chair, sorry, your mic.
Oh.
Please turn on your mic. Thank you.
I see. Okay. And we received support from 287 Wandersville and 53 trailer and 347 and 281 from Wandersville and 291 also. And two letters support also received from 325 Wandersville Avenue. So we are ready for the agent.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent here in person and no registered speakers for this
There's
item.
no registered speaker. Just let us know your name and address, please. Yeah.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the committee. My name is Jacqueline Lee. I'm with Batory Planning and Management. Our office is at 41550 Kingston Road.
Okay, thank you. Since you do not have any opposition, you have quite a few support. So, do you guys require a presentation, or you have materials? We do not need a presentation from you, but we do have some questions. Maybe we'll move into questions, right? Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
Hi, I'm just wondering if you saw the heritage report and if your thoughts on that?
We did see the Heritage report. There was an email sent on October 3rd by Heritage saying that they didn't have any issues with the variances, and I think this is similar to what they note in their new report from a couple of days ago, that they don't have issues with the variances, but their concern is with the pop-ups on the rooftop, so like the elevator shafts and the stairway overrun. So I think that they are trying to work out some of their concerns with those items through the building permitting. We don't have issues with the condition. Yeah, we did see it.
Is the condition is to require a heritage review or approval?
Yes, so Heritage has requested, I don't think they have any opposition to the minor variance application itself, from what we understand. I spoke with her yesterday as well. I think her concern is more with the visual impact of the pop-ups on the roof, so we will try to work with them on getting it to a point where they're satisfied through the building permitting stages.
Okay.
And just, how far setback is the fourth floor from the front? Is it? like
3 meters.
3 meters, okay.
And this is something that we worked on. So this is an application we've actually worked on previous iterations with the community and heritage staff since last year to get it to, it was initially 1.5 meters, and we've just worked on a few iterations and brought it down to 3 meters on both sides, and they're satisfied with that, and that's when we started to prepare the minor variance application.
Okay. And I understand you've sorted out the transportation concern. That's all fine?
That's all been resolved
Okay.
as well, yes.
Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're fine with that transportation condition to provide the transfer of the land near the laneway?
I think they don't require the transfer of the laneway anymore, so what they've
Oh, I
asked is
see.
that we just internalize the staircase, so we've moved that from being an exterior staircase to an interior, and they were satisfied with that.
Okay, and that's why you have a revised.
Exactly,
those
yeah, and they sent an
indicating all
email
the revised.
confirming that as well.
Through the chair, staff can pull up the transportation review email correspondence where they're stating that they no longer require those conditions. They don't have the concerns based on the revised plans.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right. So any other, yeah, please, go ahead, yeah.
I don't think these variances present any concerns to me, but just to help me understand the application, variances 5 and 6 about the
Windows?
I think it's about the main walls within a certain distance of each other, and what I was supposing is that this probably has to do with the light well.
That's correct. If you want, you could pull up the presentation. It's closer, I think it's on slide 16.
So long as you confirm it has to do with the light well,
It
I
has
don't
to
find
do-
that to be problematic. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything else.
So that's specific to variance 5, where the building walls are facing each other on the same property. And then variance 6, that was variance 4. And then variance 5 has to do with the setback of the main building wall with the window to the adjacent site. Those are existing windows, so they're highlighted in the blue there. And that's the heritage building that or the heritage listed building that we're retaining. So we're just asking to keep the existing condition.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Any other questions? Okay, we don't have any more questions now. So do you have anything you want to specifically address us?
No, I think we've addressed everything.
Okay, thank you. So now we're in committee, okay, yeah. Yep, all right.
Yeah, I think this is a good project. I think adding a bunch of density to this site is, it's the right place to do it. And I think they've done it in a smart way with the kind of the 2 per floor, and then having like the arrangement of it makes sense. My question about the heritage is, I think what's being proposed is sensitive from my view, and the way the heritage report was worded, I didn't want it to preclude this project from going forward, because I think it's positive, especially the way it's stepped back. But it sounds like the agent and heritage can sort out these minor details without sacrificing this proposal as it stands. So I'm happy to move approval of this subject to the heritage condition.
Okay. The heritage, yeah, okay. Anyone second?
Yeah, I'm happy to second, and
Yeah.
I'll just make the comment that I also think they've done a great job of informing the neighbors, given that commercial property owners are often not the most supportive, and in this case, they all seem to be, so just a pat on the back for that as well. But regardless, I agree with Peter that it's quite desirable here, so happy to
Do
second.
we need to mention the revised plan, or this is automatic replace the supersede it? Okay, yeah, so we don't need to. All in favor of that condition? Unanimously approved, thank you. Okay, item number 10 is 168 HUMEWOOD Drive. This is to alter the existing 2-story detached dwelling by enclosing the existing front porch for habitable space. We received site plan, floor plan, elevation, 3 photographs of subject property, and also an email corresponding from the agent. And I think they're seeking only 2 variances. Hi, see you again.
Through you, Madam Chair, the agent is here in person, and there
Yes.
are no registered speakers for this item.
No oppositions either. So it seems to be like another straightforward application. Let's see where they want presentation. No presentation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you still have to tell us your name and address for the record.
For the record, sure. Jason Kiefer, 496 St. James Street, London.
Thank you.
Right.
We don't need a presentation. Do you want to, something you want to address us?
No, nothing for this application.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I guess this enclosure is quite common in the area?
Yeah, there are some on that street that have already been done, and it's common across the city. So,
Okay, it's not, all right, so, and no questions? Okay. So we are in committee now. Okay, you want to, Mr. McKay, you want to pick? Yeah.
All right, Chair, I was a little concerned about the front yard setback, but not so huge. So I'm willing, thanks very much for your time. I'm willing to move that we approve these variances without conditions.
Okay, Mr. Reed, second? Sure, I'll second. Yeah, and all in favor, no conditions? Unanimously approved, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we come to item 11 is 131 River Street. This is to alter the existing one-story detached dwelling by permitting a vehicle service shop, detached building by permitting a vehicle service shop use on the lot. We receive a survey, site plan, floor plan, elevation, revised public notice, and 5 photographs, and cover letter from the agent, and email corresponding from the agent, and also letter of opinion, by some to do with noise study, and presentation material from the agent, and also email corresponding from transportation engineering, and they are seeking 7 vehicles, variances, sorry.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent here in person and no
Yes.
registered speakers for this item.
Yes, thank you. Do you, yeah, please give us a name and address.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of committee. My name is Jessica Yee. I'm a planner at Bells Fields, the agent representing the application at 131 River Street, and the address is 3 Church Street, or my
Okay.
address. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so anyone wants to have a presentation? Actually, I think that we had a similar application from you, and also how many locations you need to get to.
This is the only other one, yeah.
That's, yeah, it's a similar thing, and then it will be temporary, and then,
Yes, that's correct, Madam Chair.
Yeah, I thought that it was repeat, then look at it, it's not the same address. Yes.
Yeah, I just have a question. Yeah, so I wasn't on the previous meeting, but I did see that in your letter, but maybe you can just speak to that briefly. So it's the city is going to give the space to BMW because they needed the BMW lands for which project?
Through Madam Chair, yes, the city will be leasing this space to the owner, BMW Toronto, and their current site at 11 Sunlight Park Road is being expropriated for flood protection, the East Harbor Transit Hub, and the Broadview Extension. And so they're required to relocate to 3 different sites because no one site will accommodate their whole business. So this is one of the 3 sites that they're relocating to.
Okay. And are you here, so the city is the applicant, is it the city that's retained you or BMW? Or?
It's BMW Toronto that's retained me. We're just leasing the space from the city, but Corporate Real Estate Management Division, they submitted a letter of consent permitting the application to be made.
Oh, that's good detail to know. Yes.
I was on the earlier application, and noise was a bit of an issue, so it's good to see that you've gotten the noise report here in terms of what's going to be happening inside.
Yeah, through you, Madam Chair, the noise report concluded similar, that no additional noise would be created by the proposal, like in addition to what's already existing on the site today.
And do you know what the site was previously used for? It looks like it's a very similar prior use.
Yeah, through you, Madam Chair, it's currently in use by the City of Toronto Management Facilities Division, and it's parking and storage for City of Toronto vehicles. And
and is 5 years the maximum amount of time that you think the space would be occupied?
Through you, Madam Chair, the 5 years is an estimate of the amount of time that the owners are anticipating that it would take to find a new site and construct a new building for the BMW operations. So it's a temporary location.
Yeah, would you be accepting of a condition or of us making this a time, what's the term that we use when we have a use condition that's permitted for only a certain amount of time?
Through the chair, a temporary use condition.
Yeah, a temporary use condition that it expires after 5 years.
Through you, Madam Chair, it's our preference not to impose such condition just because of changing timelines and construction, but.
Yeah, we can discuss that. Maybe.
Yeah, I just wanted their
but-
position before we discussed
Yeah,
it.
it's true, but I'm not in favor of that only because there's a lot of development with large scale that they got moved out of you do not know what complications will come along. So, all right, is more questions? Okay, so we don't have any more questions now. We are committed, yeah.
So I would want to impose a temporary use condition. And this is actually kind of funny because in our previous hearing, other members and the secretary treasurer at that time had suggested one, and I explained how I'm almost never in favor of temporary use conditions. But in this case, this location in downtown on River Street, it's not really a spot that should have a car maintenance facility. It's an underuse of the site. And it's not something that we should be encouraging to be there for the long haul. But BMW is in this position because of the city's expropriation, and I think it's appropriate for us to facilitate that work and give them the opportunity and not step in the way of an agreement that other branches of the city have made. But I think we should make it temporary because I don't want this to become a situation where BMW is lax in terms of looking for another location and getting their act together in terms of another location, because right downtown is not really where we should have this servicing like this forever, and certainly not in a single-story building. I know some dealerships have intensified their sites to have a smaller footprint. So I would put a temporary use condition of 5 years, and then if their construction of their new site isn't done in 5 years, they can come back to the committee to extend that condition by longer. But if other members disagree, I'd be willing to say 6 years to give them the benefit of the doubt and give them longer than they're even asking for.
I think I could support that, yeah.
Oh, but I just want to add, I still have the same thought, is that I look at it as compared to the property owner, which is the City of Toronto, that is using it and maybe not vehicle, but still a maintenance building right now. Is not much different. That I'm not too sure that they will, City of Toronto have planned to change it to something more desirable or not. This is undetermined. So that's why the putting a deadline on the use, it seems to be immaterial to me. That's my comment. Yeah.
I think it's a good question. I don't know. I think part of it is like having faith in the city to manage their own
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
real estate, you
Yeah.
know? I do think there's a difference whether it's like publicly tenanted versus a BMW use there, right? I think there is a greater value to it being in public ownership, but it's definitely not the highest and best use of this site, right? So I don't really know. I mean, I agree that I think the 6 year makes sense. I think 5 is unnecessarily kind of limited because things happen. But at the same time, I don't want to tie the city's hands when it may make sense for them to, let it go for 7 or 8 years or what have you. But I mean, they can come back, right? It's not an extreme hardship, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not a hardship, but all I'm just trying to say whether that's anything to add to the quality of the development or the use right now. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, understood.
Because I think that condition, a change of use, sometimes we're afraid that we would impact in the neighborhood, but too long, and we as eating establishment, nightclubs, and all those, we sometimes put expiry date.
Right.
But in this case, I'm as I say, the City of Toronto has got a lot of property. I know that sort of. I mean, I believe that they do know how to manage their.
I think so. I think the other point is that it's employment zoned, right?
Yeah, yes.
So if it's going to get to its highest and best use, it's going to have to go through a rezoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe the term is not necessary, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to say.
Okay, it seems that we can try. I mean, like I think that we support the application. It's just whether we have different opinions on the limits of the terms. Yeah.
I would support Mr. Gosha's position and put a 6-year limit on it. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Seem to, on that one, we'll have a tie, and I abstain from making decision on that, so we can have a
Yeah.
motion now.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I would just, for the reasons I said before, and also I don't think it's so limiting for people just to think it, like, it's kind of a way to make the city think about the property in another 6 years. It doesn't necessarily. Okay, so I will then move to approve this application for the variances, but I would impose the condition that it be a temporary approval valid for 6 years
From the date of approval, right?
from the date of
Yep.
approval.
Yeah, okay.
I would support that.
Okay, all in favor?
Okay, I'll say it.
Two, oh,
No. Yeah.
you in support?
I'm in
No,
of the-
no, it's one abstention and then,
Oh, 2-1, yeah, and I abstain.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I see,
of
okay.
our
Yeah, I
rules.
cannot have a tie, yeah, abstain. Yeah.
6.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming. It's approved. That's good. Yeah. Okay, the next item is 12. It's 1446 DUFFERIN Street. The purpose is to alter the existing one-story semi-detached auxiliary building, which is abutting a laneway, and it's going to have a complete second-story addition. The auxiliary building will contain a one-car garage on the ground floor and one laneway street on second floor with a front balcony. There will be a total of 5 residential dwellings on this lot, 4 units in the main building and 1 in the auxiliary building. So we have received survey, site plan, floor plan elevations, and a copy of the floor plan of the main building, and also 3 photographs of the subject property. Do we have the agent or applicant?
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent on file and no registered speakers for this item.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, Madam Chair, it's Eddie Perez at 537 Rogers Road.
Okay.
As you can see, we're proposing garages that are existing on the main level, and we're proposing a laneway suite on the second. We already got permits for the one next door a few months back, and we're pretty well approving similar variances to that one.
Okay.
If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I will just see whether we have questions. Do you need? I have a question. Yeah, please, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Thanks, Chair. The one variance relates to the balcony on the second floor, and I have some concerns about that, I think in terms of the overlook, to, not necessarily to that property itself, but to the adjacent properties as well. I know you put in some screening, but just that kind of, can you speak to if you think that this will be an issue in terms of the visual kind of overlook to the neighbors?
No, in my opinion, when you put the screening on both sides, and it shouldn't be much of a imposition on the neighbors, because it's not a very deep balcony, it's very shallow. So it's mostly just to go out and when the weather's good, just have a cigarette or talk with some of your people that come over to visit and such. It's very shallow, it's not a big balcony, so I don't feel that it'll impact any of the neighbors.
So.
Okay, thanks.
We, asking whether you already put like 1.5 meter of like some frosted glass on both sides, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so there's some kind of obscure.
Yeah, there's screening on both sides.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, any other questions, please? Yeah? Okay. We do not have more, no, I think we do not have any more questions. So we are in committee now. Yeah, actually, I would just like to comment that it's very seldom the Laneway Street have so few variances. Yeah, okay, so it means that most likely that it will fit into the context, yeah. So,
Sure,
yeah, please.
I'm happy to move to approve it. I tend to agree. It's not, there isn't much in terms of the variances, and there's no opposition. I see no reason not to approve it and would move to do so.
Okay. Mr. McKay is second, with no condition. All in favor to approve? It's approved unanimously. Thank you. And item 13 is, is 750 Brock Avenue. This is to alter the existing two-story townhouse dwelling by constructing a complete third-floor addition. We have received a survey, site plan, floor plans, elevations, and 4 photographs of the property and also a period decision affecting property. And we have received 8 letters in support by owners of 105, 109 Wallace Avenue and 7636, 738, 742, and 748, and 746 and Broad Street. And also we have received 473 Margarita Street. We are ready for the agent. Yeah.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the owner online and no registered speakers for this item.
Okay.
Richard, you've been unmuted.
Good morning, Madam Speaker. My name is Richard Penner. I'm the owner and resident of 750 Brock Avenue.
Okay. So let me check whether you do not have any opposition. So let me check whether we require a presentation from you. Yes. Yeah. And we do not need a presentation from you. Do you have anything you want to address the panel before we move into discussion?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Yeah. So just like to get your comment on variance number 2. It seems that from numbers you have, it's quite a big increase. Can you explain that? Can you go through that? Whether it's a common thing in the area?
Yes, happy to. This layout will match the design of 748 Brock, which was renovated a few years ago. We are trying to accommodate a larger family, so we're adding 2 bedrooms on the top floor and then also a working space.
Okay, and then so that, but then the existing, I guess the FSI is do you know the existing? You just.
I can find that out. I don't know.
No, it's
what
okay.
the
I just thought maybe you. I just want to have a little bit of a comparison, but that's fine.
Okay.
You're adding another floor, and right? So that's where the increase is. Okay. Yeah.
This is more just a question internally. It seems like we don't have the full package of drawings, right? Like there's the site plan, we have photos, but there's no drawings.
I had that issue as well, but the drawings are in the AIC, the public portal, which is, I kind of went straight there as a workaround.
Okay.
Oh, the rest of the drawings there?
Yeah, the drawing, because I had that same
Yeah.
concern that the variances looked minor, but I didn't want to approve without looking at the drawings. You can see
Agreed,
the
yeah.
drawings in the public portal.
Okay,
Yes, I
thanks.
just want to, the applicant, the panel seem to have received not the complete set of drawings, but then the drawings are posted. So I was wondering about that too. So still, maybe a chance to ask questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are ready for the committee.
Yeah, so I
Now
guess
we are
I'll
in committee. Yeah.
take a lead in committee since I did make that effort to look at the drawings. And I'm not going to say necessarily, trust me, you can go to the AIC as well. But I will say it is just a simple third-story addition that's pretty similar to other ones in the neighborhood and very similar to the ones that they've included in their photograph package that was provided to us. And so to me, I think these variances are pretty minor in this location, and I'd be happy to move to approve it.
Okay. And
I'll second that, and also just note that there's been a really strong support, and specifically from the adjacent neighbor as well, so I think that's a good sign. So I'd second that motion.
Oh, okay. All in favor with no conditions, right? there's no,
Yeah,
no condition. All in favor, approve unanimously. Yeah. Thank you. And is this the last item on this in the morning? It's 14, is 117 Hampton Avenue. This is to construct a new two-story detached auxiliary building, which is going to contain a garden suite with a covered patio on the west side, and there will be a total of 3 residential dwelling units on this lot, and 2 in the main building and 1 in the garden suite. We received copy of a survey, site plan, floor plan, elevation, 5 photographs of the property, and also the permit to urban forestry application, our permit. We are ready for the agent.
Through you, Madam Chair, we have the agent online and no registered speakers for this item.
Okay.
David, you've been unmuted.
I'm David Lang, 2100 Bloor Street West. I'm the agent for the application.
You do not have any opposition there, and I see whether we want a presentation. We have questions. Yeah, we do not need a presentation from you, but we're going to questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Chair. Yeah, my question is about variance number 1. The 3 meters is required in terms of a rear yard setback, and you're proposing 0.9. I'm just wondering why that is. You do have quite a bit of length in the property and quite a bit of separation between the main house and the garden suite. So I'm just wondering why you chose to site the garden suite where you did.
Yeah, so the 0.3 is actually required because we have a window in the back wall. My understanding, without the window, it's actually a 0.9 setback. The house was set up with 0.3 meters on either side, so we chose to have the same setback on the rear of the garden suite. And then there's potentially future plans for the main house, which may involve either a new build or a rear addition, so they were unsure if there would be any impact on the location of the garden suite at the back. So we were trying to be consistent with the setback around the actual new structure in the back.
Okay, understood. So, and that the window in the back is just from a bedroom, correct?
Correct. It's kind of a building code thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's otherwise it would be 0.9 like the sides.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Okay. They do maintain setback on both sides. On the other hand, I think this is okay. Any other questions, please? Yes.
Hi, just quickly, so the garden suite is on both levels then, is that correct?
No, the first floor is the common area, and there's 2 bedrooms on the second floor.
But sorry, it's just one suite, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, yes, it's 1 unit.
1 unit, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Thank you. It's 2, okay. So any other question, please, yeah? Okay, we are in committee now, okay, yeah. Okay, Peter, yes, please.
Thanks, Chair. Yeah, my only concern was the rear yard setback, but I think that the explanation makes sense, particularly because the window is on the second floor and it's not in a very active part of the household. So I don't think there'll be real concerns about overlook and impact on the rear yard of the flanking or abutting neighbor. So yeah, I think this is well designed. There's only these 2 variances, and I think that it does result in a proposal that will give some flexibility to the main house if they do consider some additions to that in the future. So I'll move approval without conditions.
Okay, Ms. McKay, second. Yes. All in favor with no condition? Unanimously approved. Thank you. And that concludes our morning sessions. We will be a meeting at 2:30.
Through you, Madam Chair, we will start the afternoon agenda at the 2 p.m. time slot.
2 p.m. Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you very much. Yeah.